Hi, my name is Elizabeth McDowell, and I'm going to talk to you today about elementary education and being a teacher in the field. Elementary school teachers are basically people who prepare younger students for future schooling and the world by teaching them basic subjects such as math and reading. And as we go on into that, let's just go on to the general job description. They prepare and educate students for the world. Starting with teachings of math, reading, science, social studies, and basic gross motor as well as fine motor skills. They create tailored lesson plans that are based around the student's needs in order to teach the curriculum in a large or small group setting. And that just depends on where the child is comfortable, if the child learns better in a large group setting or if the child needs a little bit of a smaller group setting. Whatever helps the child learn the best. They track the student progress and report the information to parents, as well as collaborating with the school administration to prepare students for standardized tests. Not only are they observing the students and seeing where they are academically for standardized tests, but they're also tracking them to see, hey, listen, what's their strengths, what are their weaknesses, for just to get them prepared for the next grade. And that's one of the most important things I feel like they do. They communicate with each other. They teach them how to communicate with their peers. They develop and enforce classroom rules to teach children proper behavior, the safety rules and the boundaries. They supervise children outside of the classroom, for example, during lunchtime or recess. They help students learn and apply important concepts, just basic manners even. Many teachers use a hands-on approach to help students understand abstract concepts, solve problems, and develop official critical thinking skills. And that's just a little bit of what they do. Alrighty. The type of employment, most teaching jobs are government funded, but there are some that are private school. You can be a private school teacher or boarding school teacher, but there's also things like the early education programs, such as now they have 3K for 3-year-olds, and they have 4K for 4-year-olds. And you can also work in a daycare facility. You could be a director of a daycare facility, or you could just be a teacher. The career path that you could choose. You could choose to be a lead teacher in a classroom. Of course, have your own classroom with an assistant teacher under you. You could be a teacher mentor, which is just mentoring other teachers, which comes with experience. You could be an instructional coordinator. You could be any part of school administration. You could be principal, vice principal. You could be support staff. And a support staff is just basically someone, maybe you're up front, maybe you're helping out as a volunteer, maybe you're in the tech lab. Things like that. Educational requirements. You must, to be a kindergarten teacher or to be an elementary school teacher, you must have a bachelor's degree in education. Some states require you to have a degree in a specific area. If you only specialize in science, you're going to have a degree in science, or English or history. In some instances, a master's degree is required, and that's just according on what state you are, what school you're in, those kind of things. In addition, teachers must be licensed by the state, also known as state certification. But teachers in private schools may not need state certification. The job skills and requirements in order to be a teacher. They are not limited to the degree that you have. You must have communication skills. Kindergarten teachers and elementary school teachers in general must be able to speak clearly to students, other teachers, parents, and administration officials. Instruction skills. Your teachers will have to explain new ideas and unfamiliar concepts with authority and in a clear and concise way so that students can understand. They must work to keep the students' attention. Writing skills. Teachers write progress reports, notes home, and in the case of post-secondary teachers, publish research. Writing skills are critical. You must have patience. Students will have different backgrounds and abilities. Patience will help teachers deal with students who act out or have trouble following the material. You have to have creativity. Teachers have to find ways to involve students into their lessons. Additionally, teachers may have to work with different learning styles to get the most out of each student. Each child learns different, so it's so important to find the right way that child learns, to find out the best way that they are going to be able to learn that new material. You must have people skills. Engaging parents in creating healthy relationships with students and faculty will help create a quality learning environment. And I also want to add, creating a positive relationship between you and the parent is of utmost importance. Without that, you create a barrier between you and that child, and that is something that you absolutely do not want. Your earning potential and wages. The median annual wage in May of 2015 was $54,550. The median annual pay rate is basically $28 an hour. Lowest 10% earned is $31,720 annually. The top 10% earned is $76,490 annually. The top paying states include Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Alaska, Illinois, Maryland, Connecticut, New Jersey, California, Massachusetts, and New York. I'm moving there. The worst paying states include Kansas, Tennessee, New Mexico, North Carolina, Mississippi, Florida, Utah, Missouri, North Dakota, and South Dakota. All right, the outlook on growth. The employment of kindergarten and elementary school teachers is projected to grow 6% from 2014 to 2024. So it's not going down, folks. The need for educators is timeless and universal. We're always going to need educators. Another reason why educators are always going to be around. High-need schools are usually in urban or rural areas and are defined by the No Child Left Behind Act of 2001 as within the top quartile of elementary and secondary schools statewide, as ranked by number of unfilled available teacher position, or is located in an area with high teacher turnover rate, or a high percentage of teachers who are not licensed or certified. This makes the demand high for teachers in these areas. Nobody wants to work there. So, I've even heard of them paying off your student debt if you do. So there's always going to be a demand for teachers. Moving on. So is this a career for me? That's what I want you to ask yourself. Do you have a genuine love for all children? Does it excite you to educate others? Do you want to learn something new every day in a fun way? Are you bursting to let your creativity out? Are you a good communicator, problem solver, and mediator? Do you want a rewarding career with the feeling of accomplishment, seeing your students grow in knowledge, confidence, and skills? And do you sometimes want to be a teacher, but always want to be a student? If you said yes to all of these questions, I would recommend being an elementary school teacher. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Have a good afternoon.